In 1995, I was a young actuary working in Winnipeg in group insurance, and unfortunately, my mom passed away suddenly from a stroke, literally overnight, very unexpected. And in a very short time, I went from a young actuary with a great job and a paycheck and no worries in life, thinking I had the world by the tail, to my dad asking me to say, hey, do you know how to fill out this claim form for this group insurance policy for your mom? And suddenly, what I was doing was no longer just a job. It was actually something I could see the power of, that we were delivering to the marketplace in those moments of need. Around that same time, my grandma was sort of at the beginning of a long-term care event that lasted well into 2005, 2006. So almost 10 years. And so in a very short time, my dad went from losing his wife to also having to navigate a long-term care event for my grandma. My dad was the oldest son, and so also took a lot of responsibility for that family. And as hard as that was, what I watched my dad do through all that time was to plan ahead, to make sure that the burdens that he had to bear were not going to be passed on to the next generation. And so watching those things and experiencing them personally and seeing the impact it had on my dad and his planning that he put in place allowed him to live his best life because he had the peace of mind and financial security to know that he was not going to become a burden on his children and to put the things in place to make sure that wasn't going to happen.